One will win. And that could be doing the job for you. Can you go everywhere? No.
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is, to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment, the question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response may not go down well. As Darius Taylor, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weir, I want to publicly apologize to President Weir. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Walker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K.O.K. and Princess Elisa from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Finally, have you reached an agreement? There are speculations that your political son, Jeremiah Coon, is the running mate. What can you say to Liberians ahead of the official pronouncement?
For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place? What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country? Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. Some of you passing around, oh, cause that this, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He would never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to create families of in too deep. We were in too deep. And so what did I do?
I guess what? The people come up here. I swear. I'm a with the EPA with me there. The son of a man and they get it wrong.
It's a rescue. I just want to ask you one question. Now, will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you for us? So why the respect not stable? No job, no food, no on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest that you your kids can't hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, bringing poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you got no love. Mr. Rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. You say you was hoping to change things. But we're not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team. We're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. Drama 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 drama. I leave you all. Sama 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 sama. Mr. Rescue, I just want to ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, Mr. Rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. Drama 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 drama.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kyle Out of a Kind. We apologize for starting the show a little bit later. But again, there are too many things happening in the country, your country, our country, the Republic of Liberia, the country that is heavily sliding on the slopey slope. The country that's retrogressing. As a matter of fact, the country is moving in a reverse position. Your republic, our republic is taking a step backward when we are supposed to be making progress. Division, hatred, malice, vindictiveness has taken over the Republic of Liberia because the government is totally out of the area of reconciliation. The government is so vindictive. Reconciliatory endeavors are out of the way of the government. The government is not concerned about reconciling the country. We see the Republic of Liberia and the government sponsoring media onslaught, paying bloggers and media personalities to lie that the former president, His Excellency Dr. George Weah, was sick. Some of them even went to the extent of even saying the former president was no more. In a country where people struggle to eat in a day, in a country where school fees payment has become an achievement for many families, in a country where the survivability of the average Liberian is an achievement, it is so pathetic and demeaning for such a government in such country to invest heavily in information that will be denigrating and demeaning to the former president of our republic. This is what you have from a rescue government. A rescue government that has refused to undo salary harmonization, yet and still is proposing a $1.2 billion budget. Only because ArcelorMittal has given $200 million to them in France, a one-off budgetary support. And again, they expect the entire country to celebrate when over 80% of that money will go towards salary and benefits, while less than $270 million will go towards human capacity development and infrastructural issues in the country. Where then do we find the Republic of Liberia thriving? When politicians are involved in propaganda instead of solving the problems of the people. Yet and still, the 1KOK, Oliver Kind and Freedom Radio Liberia to keep sinking and dancing at their wings and caprices. In such a modern time, in such a modern dispensation, it is essential for people like us to be brutal with the facts. It is essential for people like us to be honest with the conversation. Because if we do not bring the government to check, this government will run the country into deficit. They will plunder the country's opportunity. They will relegate our country to nonsense in the name of propaganda and saving face. And so with you there and I here, with Alexa joining us in a couple of meetings, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful conversation here on 87.9. My name is Kai. Alexa will be here on the platform in split seconds. And so today we'll be talking about the budget. The draft national budget that was submitted in the tune of 1.2 billion Liberian US dollars. I repeat, the budget that was submitted in the tune of 1.2 billion US dollars. That budget will be looked into. We're going to have a summary discussion in the coming days of the week. We're going to be looking at ministries and agencies bit by bit. We're going to be looking at the budget and the possibility of achieving that $1.2 billion. Until then, let's have a wonderful time here on the People's Conversation. My name is Kind. I'm here up to 6 o'clock with Alexa. Jointly, we talk Liberia plus the vindictiveness of this administration. You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-side justice in this country, none of us will be saved. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia.
Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Simon, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Simon.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia.
Okay, welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. We apologize that we're kind of technically late for the show on today. But again, there are too many things to talk about in the Republic. Your country is at the lowest moment in the history of our country. Even during the days of the war, this country was never divided as it is today. Thanks to President Joseph Yoma Boakai, who is running a vindictive republic, a country that is deeply divided, a country characterized by division on political lines, a country where peace and reconciliation is still a challenge because the government chooses to run the affairs of the country on malice, vindictiveness, and anger. Thanks to His Excellency Honorable Joseph Yoma Boakai, the President of the Republic, who decided to run a country not in peace, not in unity, not in a mood of reconciliation, but on the basis of malice and vindictiveness, holding grudges, instead of developing and focusing on the well-being of the people of our country, he is basically settling score on who? On which group of people? The same people who pay his hospital bills to go to Rhode Island and do a medical procedure. The same people who sponsor his medical treatment are the very people he is being vindictive on. He's been brutal towards in terms of accommodation. But again, until then, we're going to be having a wonderful conversation here on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of you. However, when you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. We have a lot to talk about today. So, however, when you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome. I also like to say Happy New Month to all of you. Not new month, but Happy New Week to all of you. The week just started today, work week. So I wish you all the best, and we have a lot to talk about.
Okay, so there are too many things happening in our country, our republic. Oh yes, the Republic of Liberia. Yeah, so Alexa, the weekend was filled with mixed emotions. I saw CDC people calling me. I did not sleep on the night of what was it? Was it Thursday night?
Friday.
Friday night. Was the Morocco situation on Saturday? I didn't sleep on Friday night. I received several calls. One of the calls that got me deeply shaken, confused. It's the one that has to do with Logan Town. I got a call from Logan Town at like 2 a.m. I don't know who are the folks who called me, but they managed to have gotten my number. And the guys called. By the time I said hello, go. Not only the person who was on the phone, but other people behind. Whoa. I said, but you're wet now.
You haven't even said anything, and then you're already crying.
I didn't. Yeah.
How do I get the message?
The person did not even say anything. The only thing I heard was, "Oh, go. Whoa.
It's okay."
And I'm like, what's going on? And the noise in the background, whoa. I said, what's happening now? What's happening? Then I turned the Freedom Radio, the radio station on. I said, but nothing happening to the radio station. Why
is everybody?
Why are the people crying? Go. Then I said, it was a female though. I said, but madam, talk to me.
What's up?
What's happening? Go. Me, I know you give me hobo. I know you give me for nothing hobo. I know you give me for nothing hobo because you don't owe me feedback. I said, but talk now. What do I know? I don't know anything. Why are you, like this on the phone? Because what is happening to our president? I said, yes, sir.
kind of problem?
That is the reason why you calling me that day. You disturb in my ears. He said, you ready again? You ready to give up again? I said, but ain't that weird? What did they say happening? And when she explained, I said, no, this is pure lie. I just spoke with President Weir almost 7 hours ago. He and myself spoke. We had conversation. And the man who spoke to me 7 hours ago, that man looking at somebody who traveling soon. So why were you guys, be crying at that? You lying to her? You lying? I said, I'm not lying to you before. They said, no. I said, then why you say I'm lying to you for? He said, no, but our heart. I said, your heart should stop worrying. Stop listening to foolish people. Stop allowing foolish people, to say rubbish to you. Let me hear. If I'm lying to you, tomorrow I come to the radio station and you find out that you'll come to the station, you'll turn rag on me, you'll do anything I want to do. And that's how the people got calm, how they came to themselves. The other people all crying behind the scene. I heard them saying, oh, that lie, okay, say that lie. I had to stop. Man, the country is toxic. The country is demonic. The country is deeply divided. And thanks to the president, like I said, President Bwaka is running a divided republic in pride and dignity. He's happy. I mean, he's happy. He is proud to run a country that is deeply divided. He takes pride in running a divided republic. And we say so, his supporters, will come from the blind side with blind loyalty and support what's happening in the country. We expected on day one that this president will have initiated a process that would genuinely reconcile this country. Instead, he's enjoying running a divided republic. We are hoping that one day this division will not trickle into something bigger. But that was terrible. I don't know what Alexa will make of what happened during the course of the weekend. But that was so terrible, Alexa. Imagine the guy said, oh, President Weir is sick in the hospital, Nana in Ghana, and can't walk and doing everything on himself. And I'm like, what the hell? George Weir was president. Omen Joe Bwaka was sick. His son Jojo Bwaka called President Weir on the telephone. Big brother, my pa is sick. My pa fall off. Big brother, my pa, he needs medical attention right now. If something happens, big brother, my pa will die. Joe Bwaka's son called President Bwaka in the night, complaining that Chief, His Excellency, my pa just dropped. If something not happen, my pa will not make it. George Weir had to order one of his staff in government to the beginning, say, you can't catch Joe Bwaka in America. If you not do it, I'll sack you. Hurry up. Wherever you are, run away from there. Go and get your passport to your house. Come to my house. We'll put you in the convoy and go to the airport. I brought to Brussels and up to America was delayed at the airport. Only because the president needed the former vice president to have gotten on board to hastily get out of this country and go seek medical attention. Now, George Weir had to send Joe Bwaka America for treatment. Joe Weir himself will get sick. He go later in Ghana. Why some people can be making foul logic? No, let me not say foul logic. It would not resonate with our people. Why some people be making foolish decisions? Oh, the man saying he go lay in Ghana, in Ghana, he can't walk, he can't do nothing. He said they treating him in Ghana. George Weir will sit down and allow himself to be treated in Ghana when he not saying Joe Bwaka America for treatment. Why you say America for treatment? You're not discussing one man who living alone. We're not discussing a four-year village champion. What is that? We got issues?
Let me see. Someone is not getting us on the radio.
No, I mean it is a person alone. It is a person alone. Everybody getting us. Everybody getting us. If you're not getting us, check your phone. But I think we are clear.
No, on the radio, he's talking about the radio.
I mean, if we were now on the radio, and like some people would text me and tell me we are now on the radio.
Let's move ahead.
Yeah, if we're now on the radio, people will say it. I mean, those of you who are listening, we're on the radio. Please text me. We are good. So the point is, a man who sends somebody America for treatment. And I heard our people listening to all of these things. And I keep telling you, our numbers are available all over. If you not get my number in any community, just ask anybody in the community, say, I'm looking for KOK number. Somebody got it. I will not read my number on the radio because I mean the radio is clear. Somebody just text. You're okay on the radio. Good. Any part of the community, just hit anybody. Just go there. I mean, you guys who are, I mean, especially for those of you who are CDC people, ask any CDC man in the community, your neighbor, you get okay number. In fact, you should start hustling for it. You get Abu Sherry number, you get Osin Kawa number, you get Israel Ball, we are seeing number, you got Wisdom Bloody number. Ask. Our numbers are available. Ask, call us, text us, we'll reply. You have to just stop giving yourself pressure. The only reason these guys brought the false news about President Weir SYZ is because Omen Joe Baka had returned from France. He had returned from how you call the country, the UAE, where he was swinging the same way he went and how he came back. And because they know that IKOK, Alexa, and the other people will put more on the situation, will vote him for going out of the country over 23 trips and bringing $0 to our republic. Burning over 400,000 to travel and bringing $0 to the country because they know we put more on it. They say, okay, it will not bring something for the CDC men and the people who support Georgia to get busy on, it will get a hard time. It will get us a hard time. So that brings some kind of news. They will be fighting to defend our news while we forget about our trade will go on and will not get racked. And they choose to introduce a kind of conversation. And sadly for us, our people fell to it. Most of you fell to it. You're crying here and there. Okay. People calling me from America, Germany, all over. And that's how I didn't sleep Friday night. Okay, what is happening? I just answer call. Hold there, answer call. Thanking. I just put my phone on do not disturb. I went to sleep because I was tired. I was tired. In the morning, Honorable Eugene number called me. He said, "Look, we gotta do a live." I said, "Yes, Chief, you do a live video. With the chief. Do a live video and let the whole world know that the chief is okay. He is sound. He's in Morocco having conversation on football-related issues against racism and all of the issues." And let me say this to you before Alexa come in, and we'll go take calls on this issue. We'll take calls on the particular issue. I'm not satisfied until we take calls on it. At the end of the day, it became very, very troublesome for all of us. And we saw Eugene Nangwe, he had a conversation and so forth. The bottom line is this. They knew that you, the Liberian people, got concerned. That the same place President Weir went to, UAE, and brought the hospital where in Bopolu, and brought plenty of cars for the army people. He brought PHP Park where everybody can go take picture to on Sunday. The same place he got money to start building the 14 military hospital and some solar lights across the country, France and the UAE. At the same place Uncle Joe Baka go to. He was swinging when you're leaving RIA. He went there and had a meeting with them, eat the people food. The people pie around with him with convoy, do all the beautiful picture. At the end, his hand was swinging again to put him in the airplane to bring him back. The UP guys are esteemed. They are very embarrassed. It is disgraceful to them that the man would have said no plenty book, the man would have said got plenty experience, go to two beautiful countries, big countries, and could not bring one pepper color. One pepper color, you could not bring it. The man would have been cussing around. Oh, Chawi ain't no bogo. Chawi had a buka dancer. Chawi had a playboy president. He do play. A play man. He didn't know anything. The man went to France and brought $10 million to this country. The 40 military hospital and other projects in the country can attest. He went to the UAE and brought the hospital in Bopolu. The unification park to PHP. And the military vehicle and other materials for the AFL. But a big man, Book Jimmy, beautiful English, went to those countries and brought $0. They know we're about to talk about it. They knew 100% that we were concerned. We were going to criticize it. We're going to vote them. We're going to provoke them. We're going to laugh at them. We're going to make caricature of them. They knew. And so because they are noted and good enough in propaganda, they say, okay, the way the men won't vote us, let last say their political leader sick. Let last, in fact, let's go to the extent of saying the political leader not living again. And they did that. And most of you CDC people and the rest of the Liberian people got carried away. You believe it. And it became a whole national conversation until Eugene Abu got to come up and do the video to show President Weah actively involved with his FIFA activities in Morocco. But in the end, it is disgraceful for the government to run away from our responsibilities and think that the only way they can sway the minds of the people is to issue such a diabolical and demonic propaganda. It is terrible. You call the CDC vindictive. You refer to the CDC people as being reckless and heartless. When Joe Parker fell off, is to make gesture of Joe Parker. What did he do? He ordered his trusted employee to take Omen Joe to America. 86,000 US dollars was the first amount that he gave. He said, carry the one. When you finish, you call me, I'll piss. And the other medical issues. That's how they did all of those things. He didn't wish the man, bad. President, we are one wicked man. You're going to say, oh, but ain't that man going to be president? And he said, what am I carrying the hospital for? No, man. Let anyone happy, let it happen. He didn't do it. He said, no. Even if Papa won't be president, if Papa want to succeed me, if Papa won't move me from in chair, he is sick. He is a former vice president. He's a big man in this country. George Manuel, will not sit down and allow him for something bad to happen to him when I'm the president and I got money. Hey, can't carry the man in America. Let him go do it, man. At George, I can hear Alexa. Some people say, oh, Joey, the three missing children, that ain't kidding. Joey, plenty of auditors die. Hey, wow, we want to kill auditors. And when African leaders killing people, ain't not for them to remain in power. So the men will kill auditors to remain in power. Then the men who are moving from power, you send the men hospital. That ain't making sense. Unless I myself fighting for who to be the manager of Freedom FM. Then the guys on journalism who's supporting Alexa to the radio station. You accuse me of killing the journalist who's supporting Alexa to the radio station. Because I believe that the journalists will support Alexa to move me from here as the manager of the station. Granted. But Alexa got sick to the point where she almost coming rapid. Then I take money and care of the hospital to go treat her. But I care the people who are supporting her. It makes sense. If I tell the people who are supporting her and I see her getting sick, what I will do? I will put my hand and allow her rapid so that I can have a free will. But these are things that people did to lie on an innocent man, a man who has no bearing. But in fact, they knew the truth. When in fact, even Gregor Como came up and made it clear in his podcast that the children died from drowning. That only one body was seen because the other two could not be discovered from the water. They know the truth, but they ran out with these malicious, diabolical, and false statements. And all the government could do after they benefited from his generosity, where were Abri Moda and Sekou Duke and then who passing around here say they were money people? Where were they when Joe Baga was very sick? I mean, the late Sylvester Grisby, he was not around. He was nowhere around. Still Tikwa and Wable aware. When Joe Baga was looking for money to care about the hospital, where were they? These guys in United Party, Mo Ali, and Amos Stewart, and all of them, where were they? It was George Weah who took his resources. Okay, he said, you are president, I government money. Joe Baga had government money when you're vice president. When Moses Black died in the town, the Nima County vice president and subsequent president. Joe Baga was vice president. He had government money. He sat there and Moses Black died because Moses Black could not afford one plane ticket to go outside the country to go take treatment. Why Joe Baga don't use government money too? Let's assume that Joe Baga use government money to treat Joe Baga. Why Joe Baga did not use government money to treat Moses Black? Show that peace is restored to this country, that will usher in an election that will see Joe Baga winning as vice president. VP Baga was the VP of this country, and Julie Bryant died at the scene JFK. He could not be taken outside of this country for proper medical attention. Why VP Baga did not use government money? So don't even argue, say, oh, that government money, John, we had used it. We agree. But Joe Biden had the same government money. Why he did not use it? 2 former presidents died at JFK. John F. said, no, you will not go JFK. I will send you America tonight. So that the only way you can pay the man back, you find one funny local individual all around the world making stupid statements against the former president, making funny statements, and you think it is politics? You think it's good? You think you're doing something right? You have a whole country to run. You're running a country that is heavily overwhelmed with drugs. Hunger and destitution has taken over the republic. And all you could choose to do, is to implicate a man who did nothing else but to be generous enough to you. And you think that's politics? You think it is politics? You're running a whole vindictive country. This country should be united. We have 5.5 million people. Less than the people in Accra City, Alexa. We are less than the people in Lagos. We are less than the people in Abuja. The people in Lagos alone more than the people in the whole country. You cannot unite this country? What sort of people are they? Who are these people in power, by the way? They are proud enough to run a divided country. And yet still, they want Liberia to prosper. And they submitted some bookers 1.2 billion because after them, they're getting some kind of 200,000 and they think they can make some projection out of the blue moon. But at the end of the day, this is pathetic. Look, if you didn't want us to talk about Joe Biden returning from UAE and France empty-handed, you just have to call and say, look, the probably come with nothing. You're not talking. Well, look, I will say, okay, we're not talking. But to go to the extent of even lying that the former president was no more, to what end? If this former president had not been a good person, you wouldn't have had Omen Joe Biden today. It was terrible. His children cried bitterly on the telephone. Their eyes were soaked red, tears rolling down. The Omen was helpless. All of these rescue boo-boo-vuli, all the yama around, they were nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. One rat dollar, one red $5, one kappa they could not make available to treat the old man. One. It took George Weah and his human heart to send our old man America for treatment. They went to the election, the old man leading him 20,500 votes. He said, look, I don't want bloodshed. The old man said, you know, win, there'll be the end of Liberia. I mean, if people start killing people, I don't want to see people dying because of power. I don't want Liberian people dying because of power. Let him tell the presidency. All of these things, you didn't see it decent. You didn't see it worthy of reconciling the country. And you choose to run a vindictive republic to the extent that you will start lying on the former president's health and fabricating death news about him. And yet still you want a prosperous country? You're running a country that is deeply rooted in swear. The country is cursed. No, you're not believing right now. But wait until the president made another travel and return again with empty hands. That's when you'll know that the country is cursed. You treat such a person who brought life to your political leader in a demeaning way, and you think the whole world will be running to you with goodies, with support? You are joking. You are joking. But it happened in the course of the weekend, and I just thought, since this is the first radio appearance we are making, I just thought to make my input on it. It is sad. I don't expect the government to proceed this way. But again, to what end do I want to keep hoping in these people? They are vindictive. They have nothing good for the country. All they want is a divided country. And maybe someday we'll give them that divided country that they so much, crave for. Alexa, that's all I can say. We hear you. We go take a few calls and we jump to other topics on the conversation.
So Friday, of course, I received a lot of calls, but there was one particular call that I received along with a message from someone, and the person was like, according to my sister-in-law, she got a reliable information that former President George Weah is da-da-da-da-da. I was like, what? That was around, I think, 11 or 10 p.m. Friday. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then it didn't take long on the social media. You had a lot of people just writing, here and there. So for me, I think that was the lowest level of pettiness. And I'm saying this because we live in a society where people do not rationalize a lot of things. And I also understand, where seditions or supporters and well wishers of President George Weah came from when they were very, emotional and they were reacting in different ways. Because when it comes to death, that is not something you play with. You already have an emotion attached to it. So someone will feel disappointed, someone will feel sad, and there will be shock. So a lot of people were shocked, a lot of them, and they didn't know where to get answers. So KOK was one of the options. Maybe other people were also part of the different options. So they reached out to you countless times to of information, especially when it comes to the former was being broken. So they were just in the moment and just they didn't know what to do. So that's just for it. But Oliver, at the end of the day, I think this is not strange. Was I shocked that the people who were elevating this as a serious update, I was not shocked at all, because these are people who have continuously made us believe and understand that this country is heavily divided, and it is seen every day effortlessly. It is displayed. So for those people to elevate something like this about the immediate former president of the Republic of Liberia, that was not shocking to me at all, because these are people who have, fabricated a lot of different, narratives about the former president. These are people who every day, they don't just sit back, even if they're supposed to use their time, their energy and effort to talk about this current administration, which they are part of. They disregard that responsibility given to them by Liberians and 100% focus on former President George. We are just talking about different narratives on a daily basis. So they don't have work to do. That's number one. And you cannot be a responsible government and then you are using this as a diversionary, tactic to have Liberians not to focus on the main issue that we should be talking about, especially the return of President Joseph Yuma Boakai to Liberia after 2 international travels. Liberians should be concerned about, hey, the president just arrived in the country. What did the president bring? What exactly were some of the discussions that were not posted on the social media or that were not shared with Liberians? What are the updates? What are the benefits? What will Liberians get from the 2 international trips the president made? I would say they succeeded for a few hours, because people were basically just talking about George Weah not being here. He has gone to join our ancestors. People were basically talking about that for hours. And people forgot about asking President Joseph Yuma Boakai, along with his officials of government, as to what the president has brought back to the country and what can Liberians expect from his return. People disregarded that. So these rescue missionaries, these rescue ushers and authors who continue to write on a daily basis baseless write-ups and essays and different pieces, telling Liberians, oh, Josh Weah is this and that. I don't see nothing about that, Oliver. They're wicked. And someone want to say, but before people were talking about Joseph Boakai's health, that was made public. Joseph Boakai, of course, it was clear that he was unwell, and that was something that concerned the nation. So everybody talked about it. And while everybody was talking about it, it took George Weah again to intervene. His timely intervention saw Joseph Boakai stand again on his feet, number one, by the grace of God, and number two, the intervention of former President George Weah. Else, that would have been a different story. And today we're here, and you guys are going this low. People who are supposed to be respected, people who are supposed to also be respectable, they're stooping so low to a level that you cannot even imagine. And then you will look us in the face and tell us that this country has been rescued, that the president means well. From the onset, we recommended national reconciliation across Liberia. We didn't talk about something that's cosmetic that you would just have for your quote unquote rescue missionaries and whoever they are. You just, have a gathering where only your people are there in attendance. We called for national reconciliation because everywhere you go, you see these different, divisive tactics. You go here, somebody will tell you, say, no, don't come around here because you can talk about George Weah. In fact, they've branded people who always want to promote and protect the legacy of former President George Weah as people who do not know anything, people who are not educated, people who are dumb. And that is their own narrative. It suits them. But it is not on us, it is on them. Because people who support George Weah, they know themselves, they know who they are. And exactly, no one needs to dictate how you go about with your support. But God is here. And, former President Weah wrote that he has been tested. And this is not even the first time, far before politics. He has always been tested. And he has always triumphed victoriously over his haters, his enemies, if we're going to call it that way, his opponents. He has always triumphed. He has always stood tall. That's why I referred to him as a stubborn seed planted deep. So no matter what you do, you cannot remove that seed. It is stubborn. It is planted deep. So y'all will give all the different news about it. George Weah stay here. He is still standing so tall. He is firm and he's going to do what he is supposed to do. When the time reaches, when God is saying, hey, I'm done with you, it is going to happen because, of course, death is inevitable. I'm going to die, always going to die. And God knows when and God knows how. So this is a message. This is a message to all of you, seditians, well-wishers, sympathizers. I know how emotional it gets, especially when it comes to, something that has to do with death from your family member, your friends, or whoever. And what more about George Weah, whom you love so much? So I understand how you felt. But do not be swayed. Do not be carried away by all these things. You've been here for years. Some of you have been following CDC, have been following George Weah even before, he got into politics. So you know the character he is. So you don't need to panic at all. And do not allow these people use these narratives to sway your attention from the main issues that are to be discussed, the bread and butter issue, the return of the president, and how the country is being governed and all that. I don't want to talk about the thing about the budget, 1 billion or whatever billion. That's basically they managed to have Liberians not to focus on the president's return, even though his presidential press secretary were talking about it. When the president travel, he ain't go, not come out with a bag of money. I don't know when they got to know about that, but that's another discussion for another day. They managed to have you choked on something else, asking, oh, where is President George Weah? What happened to him? Until they introduce the thing about the budget in it. So do not be swayed. No, don't let your emotions get the best of you. If you are talking about issues, the bread and butter, stick to it. Okay? Stick to it. And let's move forward. This country, President Joseph Yuma Boakai, prior to the presidency, Ambassador Boakai, he promised all of us. So wherever he goes and whenever he returns, he owes it to us to tell us what did he not bring in the country yet. Because before they said President, they'll be traveling all around. No, he was not elected to just deepen ties and, strengthen bilateral relations between Liberia and other international, partners or whatever it is. That's not it. It is going to happen of obviously, because if you are the president, you will have to strengthen relations. So that is like off the book. We need to know the tangibles this president brings back every time he travels, every time he makes an international trip. That's exactly what we should focus on. Okay? And we should be able to ask all the hard questions. So let's disregard all these things to talk about, oh, Joe Weah did, Joe Weah that. It's all Joe Weah bounce again. Everything, they made a bone show it all. So you can take that one away from him. But this is Liberia. And as Oliver said, we're going to open the phone lines. You're going to just, talk to us and tell us what's up. We got a number of calls Oliver got, and I'm sure other people also got that. There were many. So 1 year from you now, the way Joe we are bounced back. The message is the only person that he resurrected next to Jesus. So you can imagine the drama and all that. But George Weah is here and he's out there somewhere just on a trip. He's going to return to Liberia again. And y'all made the people vet to go work on a leader again. In an area, you'll be vet. Y'all know the people that
No,
show.
no.
I said when y'all made it vet.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm not too sure CDC. But you
when y'all made the people vet,
you can predict CDC people.
Y'all made it vet to go work on
they might get angry to go work on the men
exactly.
to the airport again.
Don't provoke the people.
And you buying them gas. You're not buying gas. You're not buying them food to do stuff.
Yeah.
But listen. I mean, you said it beautifully. Not the beautiful way President Bwaga said it, because he speaks beautiful English outside of the country, and will come back with swinging hands.
You see,
rack. Now I ain't gonna bring, zero. I mean, that's troubling for the country. You mean Ara man? Let's say Ara
money. Let's say it can finish.
Ara money. What can finish? They may go to Ara country and I bring one pepper man.
When I was much smaller, I always heard Arab money can finish. I never used to really understand it.
No, but Arab money can finish.
They really get money.
Look at the kind of money Cristiano Ronaldo is making in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi Arabian league is one of the leagues that pay more money. Arab money can finish. Look, in the Arab country, they can get you money in the water. They get you money in the water.
How much is money?
They get you money in the water. Arab people country.
They got it going on.
They don't even want to get you cash. They'll get you a project. They said, look, Joey, what do you want? He said, look, you'll do all my roads. So gonna big international politics play there, the road could not be approved. But the Arab people wanted to bathe all of the roads in this country under President Weah. I'm not going to talk the details that happened because I was on a trip in Dubai. I know what happened there. Big international politics play. So look, if the other people say you might not be your country road right now, my man, leave it. You still young. Don't make people and got issue with you. So listen, what do you do? Find some more projects. Let's implement it. They may say, okay, people in Western Liberia, Ali President said he did well. Should be one hospital in Nimba, in Tapeta, the Jackson Fiado Hospital. We have one big hospital in Monrovia, JFK. Let's do one in Western Liberia. Then maybe the summer kind of do hospital what we're building in Zweju. Maybe later on you can improve it and make it better off. Simple. That's how Bobolo people get hospital. That have PHP Park development Kimbo. That had the ever many got new cars. The cars the ever many using those cars came in desert color, khaki and brown. They had to spray them to green to reflect our Mediterranean colors. That's it. So the beautiful Englishmen go to UAE and Dubai will race that. One piece of car, they don't even get even spare part. Okay, old tire. They're not getting one old tire. Say, we carry the tire, the ever minute car tire box.
They think I'm in.
Carry let a minute, replace it.
They come in.
One, you didn't do it. And because you knew we were going to talk about it, that's how you just came up. Joey, do the one, Joey, do that one. Shame on you. Shame on you. That is saying Joey carry papi to hospital. All the bucker then who said on Facebook, ministers and nyama bull craps. What were they? Daniel Sando was running behind Yomli to be giving you food to eat every day. Daniel Sando was running behind Yomli to give him food every day to eat. Every day to give him something to find food to eat. What was he? When President Weah was taking the responsibility to take Joe Bwaka to hospital. You know what I say, Alexa? Nobody can make foolish noise and say, oh, that government money. Joe Bwaka had government money and Moses Black died.
There's something about being compassionate.
So nobody will bring up Fidija. That nonsense to us. Oh, but that government money Joe Weah used. Joe Bwaka had government money as vice president and the Nima County people, former president, the only former president for Nima, Joe, what is his name? Moses Black is the only former president for Nima. Moses Black died here because he could not go outside the country to get medical attention. Why? Joe Bwaka then sat on their money as vice president. They didn't send him outside the country to go get treatment. And you can say that government money Joe Weah used. Bwaka didn't have government money as vice president. Judy Bryant left his business in Nigeria to become interim president of our country that will see Liberia transitioning from a war-torn nation to a nation heading towards democracy and reconciliation. He became the interim head of state 2 years. He and Omil propelled Liberia for a democratic transition. Judy Bryant got sick here, my Maryland brother from Grand Kavala. Bryant got sick here, my people. Joe Biden was setting over millions of dollars as vice president of this country. It didn't cross his mind to send Judy Bryant outside of the country for treatment, Alexa. Ain't how government money too. Oh, go talk it and you get issue. Oh, go talk it and you know the party people get issue. But look at the truth in it. Forget about the politics. Look at the truth in it. Judy Bryant never had any ambition to become president. Moses Black had no ambition to become president of this country. Yet and still, Joe Biden was vice president, having money, and refused to take those people out of the country for treatment. I won't talk about Ellen. Because vice president and president got their own separate budget. Or Joe Biden would have flew Judy Bryant or the late Moses Black out of this country. From his budget, he was good. He would have done so from his budget without asking Ellen. He would have done so. They didn't do it. Imagine these are former presidents who were sick. A man who took up his time, although he knew that, hey, Papi, in 2023, you will run against me as president. But Joe did not concern himself about it. He didn't say, look, if you got a man who run against me as president in 2023, I was not saying to the hospital, let anything want to happen, let it happen. He closed his eyes. He ignored the political ambition. Because whether you like it or not, George all told you, he's not a politician. He's a humanitarian. That's why his style of leadership did not see people sacking people on party lines. We had directors and supervisors in different government ministries and agencies who still remain United Partisans and were in his government. During the campaign, we saw government vehicles attending United Party rallies. I bet you today, if you are a government official, if you're in this government and you're riding a government plate, go park in front of the CDC new headquarters where the building. Park there for some meeting. Let me take a picture. The next day, you lost your job. That's how vindictive this country is. That's how vindictive this country is. We was only being magnanimous and showing his humanitarian side. That kind of man. Because you return from 2 countries with 0. Your man go post story around. We'll be talking all type of rubbish. Why investors not coming to the country? Because of the terrible things that are happening here. Stop it. Stop. We already know, say you talk about harmonization, you're not able to do it. Harmonization, we're not working. Carry both salary by, you're not able. That free more you make. Cujo, yeah, now the country. You get 5 different drugs in the country now. Solar panel, spark and dark, K and slay, all the other nyama. Different drugs now come to the country. You're not able to fight drug. Every day you arrest the same drug, your men go to sell it again. They can arrest the drug, they sell it, then they arrest it, they sell it. So the manager making plenty of money. Imagine let's say when you sell it from to Austin, then the other more you go, you take it from here again, then you sell it, you take it from here. You know how much money you're making? Plenty of money. Because you're not buying new capital. You're not investing new capital. The single money what you got, the single investment you did, why you just operating. You arrest the firm, you sell it. You arrest it, you sell it. What the bother doing? One day when GA Bunny draws, I'll go there and open all the drop bags for all to see what is inside. The man me bunny bush. The man can put grass in the bag and go bunny and be lying said that draws the bunny. One day we gotta open it. One day they gotta burn drugs. It shouldn't be in bed. They just burn it open. Let's see what are the real drugs there. But at the end of the day, that's what you have. When people come to power and refuse to unite the country, but opt to run the country on vindictive lines, that's what you have. That's what you get. But like I said, we'll go to the lines and take a few calls on this particular topic. Then hopefully we'll transition to other conversations here on 87.9. Let's take a break. We have worries from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia, and we'll be back on the program to take your calls.
Even death. We are seeing recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sion, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sion.
We want peace in Liberia, peace in Monrovia. 086 500 104, 086 500 104, 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. My name is Kai Oliver Kine. Princess Alexa Vanja Colley is also pretty seated. Jointly, we run up to 6 o'clock today. Call us. Let's have your input on the conversation that we can transition to other topics here on the radio. This first question, hello, go ahead. Let's hear you. How are you? Let's hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Prince. I'm calling from Broadway Rainbow Community.
Go ahead, Prince.
Okay. Last night there was who told me, oh, Prince, or you know like Joshua, the person Joshua saying that that person will go back to you. But you say, threaten me and say, I think it will go back to you. So that's all I can tell you. Being the only one tell me that your moral storm, Joshua vision, that Joshua will die. The biggest one for sure, generation when you tell that they don't will die. That's why I told them. And anything they say, that we can tell them back. So thank you.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
I'm okay. This is Billy King, and I join you for my residence this afternoon.
Go ahead.
You know, you're okay for me. I was very relaxed. Somebody asked me, they say your president died. I said that your pa and your man died. You don't hear the news? They said, oh, what things I can't say with my parents? I said, but what things I can't say with my president? Why must he ask me whether my president died? So I'm saying to you, your man and your pa just died. You are not aware. You know who is sick in this country? It's Joe Bugger who is sick and when people passing around and teaching like a teaching baby. So you should be concerned about him. He came public with sickness. He turned all over the place yelling around when he fell off. When we are rushing out of the country. Joseph Boaka claimed that he's a humanitarian. When Neze Do was sick of reason, should have been the one to send Neze Do to the hospital. But Joseph Boaka is vindictive and mean to getting you first and make sure a job in his country. So he should have looked at Neze Do at the time where she was dying and take her to the hospital, but he didn't do that. And that kind of man, you have all kind of small rescue, beast one running around here because they know about George. George was not that. George he was born for greatness, and he will live to proclaim one word that he's sending here for to do. He will do that for us and develop the country and take up on the punish honor to the Boaka.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing? Let's just hear you. Please leave your radio, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in the car. That's the problem. I'm trying to lower it.
Okay, go ahead.
The problem is that I really want to know who said George Weah died. Because, once upon a time when I was in Ghana, a Christian man said, you know why they believe Liberia lie, Liberia? Because people can lie. People can lie. So I really want what is so straight from that George Weah died. That escalated the entire rumor within this country. People don't base on truth. People base on lies. What they hear about lies, that's lies. And I tell you, let somebody give the source or somebody that said George Weah died. Yeah. Then I will believe the story. But other than George Weah, that's a common person for somebody to say George Weah died. The whole world will know. The whole world will know. I don't know that you will not even get it first. I'll BBC, CNN, all will carry it. Yes. So we shouldn't be joking with lies in this country. So you can lie for nothing. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. The person with that simple, I would die.
No. We're not going to do that here.
No,
go ahead. This person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, hello. This is General Walking Sleeping from the whole room.
Go ahead.
Thank you. When President died, we can bury the president in another president room. So a child we had that, we will bury Waka room in that house, and people will bury him. So thank you.
We leave you right there. No, we're not going to run that angle. Go ahead.
Soon to be called the Waka Avenue.
Go ahead.
You know what the people of CDC are going through now is the sea that is so way back.
Okay, let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you?
Yes, and this is Edo Council.
Go ahead, Edo Council.
Me tell you one thing. You are Christian. Just read Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 7, verse 15. All the evil that they planning for Georgia. Whatsoever the evil that was in Egypt that want to bring it and lay on Georgia. The word of God says it will be upon you, you will lay upon you, you hate the person. Because the young man do nothing to them. So they had it looking for him. They had it looking for his death. Now they probably too disgraceful. And you see, I told the Papa, I said, Papa, sit down one place. If you went and he came with disgrace will always be a push up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah, good evening,
Let's hear you.
this is Theo calling from West Park from the town of Puebla.
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, I need to give promo scenario. You left a woman because of lobby. And you probably heard that that woman got married to different men. If you get information that her husband that she married a man catch up with different men, it will be still to you. The people came to power will lie. So we're expecting more from them. Only for those that didn't understand them, for me, nothing can come on our people. I want to listen to them. Say that really say that can listen to them. They wouldn't really say that can listen to. Peter FM, East FM, will force on my blood. But forget about that. All I want is that I'm for nothing. Even the school done are free. But we pray what goes around coming around.
Okay.
The company for every life. We have not done yet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Hey, how are you? It's okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is man. Was corporate Rhode Island.
Go ahead. From Rhode Island. Let's hear you.
No, I just want to urge all CDC. We should not listen to people who say Joshua is sick, Joshua is there. Don't have to listen to that. Because this man is not just a Liberian. Joshua is a war icon. If anything goes so wrong with Joshua, international wire will carry his life. It's not something for us to listen to the Facebook broker there who making themselves popular. They just want to use the man need to be popular. So citizens, we should be mindful. Let's focus on what we will do to come back to power 2029. And forget about these people, their lives are going around. They get their own government. The president been going traveling for 25 time now, no fruitful or accomplishment. So they are not thinking about that, and they're thinking about Joshua's death or sickness. I don't think it's something necessary for us to listen to. Let's think about the positive thing that we'll do to come back to power. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person on the line. Okay, let's take this other person on the line quickly. Let's see if we can squeeze in this other one. Okay, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing? Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. I already man. This is secret example of
Go ahead.
okay. For one part is that's the thing. And it was difficult to be so those that are planning evil after Georgia to die, absolutely, and that without production.
Okay, we leave you right there. We leave you right there. Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's see if we can squeeze in the next batch of callers on this particular line. We're taking the last 5 calls, then we'll go to another topic. Go ahead. This person, 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, my dear brother. Let's hear you.
This Mohammed Kamara call for United Arab Emirates.
Go ahead, Mohammed.
You know, you people selling us and nothing else. You know, Mr. Barker and his gangs, nothing sense can come out of them besides lies. They lie to run campaign with 3 missing balls. Auditor was killed. We are you money to build his property. Almost 2 years plus now, Mr. Barker and his gangs can't even talk about anything when it comes to all this. They were talking when they become president, when they win, they will order the previous government, they will do this. Where is Mr. Baka? Mr. Baka entering the country just to say pig and born baby and hungry and terror and start eating a baby. Now Mr. Baka entering the country. Nobody there know whether like blood president were in the country. Nobody know. We know when we are used to kind, we know the kind of momentum used to be here. But Mr. Baka enter here, who know whether president and somebody was here from Labrador call president, because me, he can never ever be my president. Even my 6-year-old daughter can call him president. My 6-year-old daughter can call Mr. Baka president. Never. She can't even make a mistake. She can say, last TPO, man. But not my president.
But the man a president.
Nothing.
Anyway, he's a president, though.
Nothing with president maybe for some of you, but not for us.
Okay.
He can never be for, he can never.
Thank you.
I can never consider to be president.
We leave you right there. We leave you. Thank you. Let's talk to this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Okay, good evening. This is Becky. We are calling from Broadview.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Will not buy into their chicaneries. Okay, let me explain something to you. 2005, during the election time, we were that they are coming from in town. I was on a taxi. So some United Party girls, they were two. Then one old man was sitting down to the door. So they myself were arguing the same CDC and United Party thing. Then later on, that old man knocked me on my shoulder. He said, my daughter, let me tell you this. Mark my word today. I may not live to see that day, but write this word down. That boy you see so. I don't know what he meant by that, but that was his exact words.
You
man will be Liberia's last president. So, President, we will achieve what you have for this country before God called him, and he's not even dying just now. So they got a long way to go. That I think on Facebook, I was looking at it, I see it, I even see it because I know that the God I accept, he will not lie because the kind of dreams I've been having. If I explain one other dream to you now, people will get shocked because it's happening. And we know what one day I will call you one-on-one. I will explain things to you. Okay.
Okay.
So let the people run around with their nonsense. They will not succeed. What will happen? God, they can have all their plans. God have the final plan. And we know what God will do for us in the country. Let it go ahead. Their time will finish. And God, that greatness, it will come to pass.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for following the time.
Thank you very much from Broadview. Let's leave you and go to this person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, thank you. Okay. This is Edmond Carr, and the citizens they need to make sure that they try their best to listen to their own people, because this is why I have always said that since we messed up on the election, the station you call LBC, that just by mistake when I'm looking for station, the one you call Spoon, I don't try it. I follow Freedom, Voice of Liberia, Kings FM, Banner FM. Once you guys are out, 10 o'clock show is closed. Austin, Kawa, and AB are going to BBC. That's it. Look, when you are living among wicked people, you will have to be careful even when you are praying. Even when you are praying, be careful with your prayer. Who is listening to you? Who following you? The guys are wicked. The question I what benefit will you get when you run around with President Weah? Say President Weah is there. Does it change the economic situation in the country? What it do for you? Nothing. It still remains the same. Today you go in pay, they will tell you no money. We got to put it on your mobile money, go look for it. Go running on mobile money looking for it to withdraw. It haven't changed anything. You go in the market today, it's still the same. But as you continuously which President we are evil will never depart for you. Those who are Christian, and I know Bwaka is a deacon, I know he go to school. The Bible has said life and death lies in
Death against that innocent child. Death will not depart from your house. Calamity will not depart from you. Frustration, disgrace, disaster will never depart from you. Look, the only time sometimes we talk about Bwaka health condition and when he played fun with himself. You hear what they're doing to him? When you live in the country, you live in darkness. When you return to the country, you return in darkness. What a meaning of that? President is arriving equal to using full light. They are overusing even though long travel and not go for him as an older man. And once who has health complications, you need to manage your, you don't manage it. That's the only reason I always come and talk about it. But you don't be happy. How come now? Like I was listening to one of our mother from overseas, she said the politics in Liberia it has changed from politics to witchcraft activity. This is a broken witchcraft activity. Unity Party government and carry on. Since we are not allowed to do this on freedom or Kings or on those stations, we will use our personal Facebook page and record every day and post negative and damaging thing about the government. Period to that. This is a complete warfare that we are in situation. If you are not realize this is the time that you roll out the sleep and fight these guys to the ground. What is that? Why do that? Even why you show everything that you can show. Oh, they make us only they make us only eat a clothes. That's why I ask the question. How was Prophet King feeling when he said the word is intensity unit? And then the very miracle that he sit in a split of garbages, President Weah is in the very miracle. How did he feel? Are you guys still following the law? But anyway, this is a pay-for campaign. They are paid to do what they did. President, our prayer as with him, he's going to live on the God-appointed time to call him home. You that wishes him evil shall never depart from your house.
Okay.
Thank you.
We leave you right there. We take 4 more, then we call it a day on this topic. Go ahead. 4 more. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Kyan and Alexa, how you guys doing? Thank you, man. Look, this thing is so crazy. My disappointment is not like the politician because we run politics, but people who profess to be men of God. I watch a platform that is clearly new and more like viewers in the diaspora, telling us that God gave him vision that President Weah is sick and all we are supposed to pray for them. That man was so convincing to his audience, and I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm saying, what is going on with us? So I prayed that thunder fire him because that's not a word of God. And the very day he did that thing, President Weah came a few hours after and graced the occasion at FIFA in Morocco. How I say that we are so evil, we so hate somebody who has been so decent and gracious to us. Hey man, this is so bad. And Joseph Bwaka is the one that doing this thing in our society because his own son, Aaron Costa, said it, a vindictive old man, or old man who got no forgiving heart. And this is where we are today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. We go in and take in the last three calls on this particular topic. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. We take Man CC. Go ahead. 1 minute.
I think okay.
We're great.
They have to like next time. No, okay. That's what the people doing for music is wrong. No, fire for fire now. Fire for fire. No retreat, no surrender. And they just call that chicken head there and serious stuff what you're doing. I was saying, when I relent for it. They need to stop it. Yesterday, I was watching my president walking majestically. That's what I'm saying. Then they say, President, we are down. People started calling me, man. I got over 200 calls. And I'm getting angry with the people. I say, oh, stop what you're doing. You can buy it to a part of church. President, we are down. Like everybody forward now, say, the whole world will be silent. The whole world will shut down. Let me tell you. The whole world will carry it. Now everybody will carry it. They have to oh my President, we are saying they don't call me. If you don't believe what I say, then don't call me again. And then after them will following everybody there in my community. I will teach my grandchild that was what I call. I said, Mata. I said, what teaching here? The people will fall so people. I said, what teaching here? I said, President, I teaching here. She was vexed up. I said, don't call me, ma. Me, I only will cause it back again, but when I tell you one word, One day you want to go laugh at me, I'm already old, but you're young. But I'm telling you, the person at 50 years old, the people from that point, full of the people. So I'm saying, no, the person are walking, they see walking, but just the person see walking, take it. So I want for you for the time, so I start to, yeah, go out one day, you see your body. Thank you, my son, thank you, having me.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll leave you right there and take the last two callers quickly. This person, go ahead quickly, no time.
Good evening, Vanyakan. My name is Isaac Wuzim, first because son of KOK. I'm joining you from Ria, from a resident. I want to say thank you to you and say let's have a conversation. But you know, I do not think politics in our country should be discussed around death. We should discuss the real issue and leave the issue of death. If Mr. Weah was one person who wanted this old and sick president there today, he was not going to order his boss to take him to the US. You know, like you already said, when I saw this issue about people discussing the devil Trump president Weah and saying he was in Ghana, I just got weak about it. Why did we take Waka to the US for treatment and then take himself to Ghana for treatment? See, sometimes we got to be logical. Some issue we should analyze some issue before going war or before breaking down, man. This country for all of us. Politics, propaganda is not something that people go to school for. We should learn it for one fight.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. We'll take the second to the last caller. Go ahead. You're the second to the last. Let's hear you quickly. No time. Okay, we missed out on this person. Let's talk to this one. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute. How are you?
Hey, okay. How you doing?
We're great, my brother. Let's hear you, sir.
Let me say hi to Alexa. Thank you for the topic, yeah. But okay, this is the question I want to ask.
You didn't call your name.
My name is Musa G. Brown. And okay. My name is Musa G. Brown, and I'm from New Jersey. And okay, the question is, if George Weah could save Joseph Walker when he collapsed and send him to America to take treatment, that he survived today. Even on the day of inauguration, okay, came there watch the video. When Joseph Walker was about to fall out, the security did not take note of it. It was George Weah that notified the security. It was George Weah that notified the security that old man coming fall down. He threw something to him that the security keep running to the old man. That George Weah will get sick. He said he got kidney problem ever since. Because kidney problem is not just dropping off on the blue sky. That kidney problem ever since he got it. So that if he will go Ghana. And so you find out that people that are saying this thing, look at the boy that said that won't carry to Australia, that do not know his left, don't know his right, that depend on Facebook to sustain himself. He said it down there, he's saying, Joe, we can wear and dress shoes. Then on the day of the program, he's saying dress shoes. Oh, Joe, we have for this man continue to claim they're not dress shoes. That's illegal. That's some other way sense. This man will call Prophet Key. This is a man that only know how to insult mother. He said, Joe, we are in the ICU. I told one of my co-workers and I asked them, can somebody go into ICU and leave from there in 2 days and go attend a program? Is that what you're telling me? He said, the person said, oh, but I heard Stanton talking it. Then I said, Stanton talking it? So you're saying in your own reasoning mind, somebody in ICU, in a hospital, seriously ill, move from there, go. He said the first thing, who was... So the thing is funny. So all I can say to us as citizens and supporters, and the matter that are tapping into the blessing of this young man that God has given us in Liberia, is to continue to pray together, hold together, strengthen together, and make sure we pray and have one voice. These guys, these lies will still come out. No matter how you do it, will come out. Even George Weah come today, he running, he playing football. You know what? These lies started, it made George Weah want to go play football on Kerry Street. But that would not work again. Because we know their lies, that is their plan. We know what they want to do. They know that George Weah is not sick. They know what is happening. But you know, they want to distract, just as other people say, our attention from the main issue. The main issue is you have submitted a $1.2 billion budget. You have 800 million budget. You have 2 budget shortfall. Now you submit 1.2. I don't know how many budget shortfall we can have.
Okay.
How many times we resubmit that budget?
Thank you.
So those are the issues we'll be discussing.
Thank
you, and God bless you. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'll leave you and take this other person. Then we will call it a day and go to the budget situation. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you. No time.
You can. Let me say hello to say Alexa.
Go ahead.
William Delivery official spokesperson for the Liberian Server movement. I bring the CDC and I bring new kind and other guys. What I bring here is that Baga is coming in country, Baga and South and Peter and bring Fala. We know the military guys from during opposition time, they got the media and they will do anything to slap there, anything to put out to wrong way. So you guys are born all that thing, everybody calls it, but when you were there, you're calling out and talk about the Baga coming to you with nothing. The play why somebody wouldn't know boy the cow, they bought things, they bought every hospital, they bought for the military hospital, they bought things, they come with enter in it. And they put up one thing and say, come in, person goes on and they have to bring money back. You did not want to say when you said that, remember, go sit down with cut down or whatsoever. Eh? And you know what? Now you put on this comment, the man put up a better time. And then you bring out your put on your feet, and my call and say, wait, you're calling out and stop the issue. The issue is that people is getting hungry every day. And I don't know, 1 million budget, 1 million budget plus, and then there is nothing time for the social of a Liberian people. I don't know if it's discussing. Thank you all so much.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there, and that is it. We're going to leave you and go to take our break. When we come back, we bring you the issue on the new budget that was submitted. Yes, we'll bring you issues on the new budget that was submitted, the draft national budget. Yeah, go ahead. 30 seconds, no time. We got to go.
Okay.
Go ahead, ma'am. Let's hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. This is my Rebecca calling from Minnesota. You know, this kind of a news, they know the reason why the Unity Party, they're using the whole kind of bad news, because why? Most Liberians, the sorry of my people, I'm not accusing you, but our ears are so itchy to hear bad news. So they use the evil news and bad things, killed our children to come to power, so they just feel to themselves, anytime they can come with bad news because our ears are so itchy to hear bad things, then we're back into it. That's what happened. So I think some of them, I say, had a conversation on the Facebook, and I say, you are the sedition, you guys were totally casket. I said, listen to me. For somebody to throw a casket in a political campaign, it is a symbol of want to kill your political career. It's not that they're taking human being life away. Well, you guys don't take everything the opposite side. So those that were talking cast never kill anybody. Well, you guys went in for ya. Murder. And murder Momo. You murdered the other little boy with a queen, had that old child, and then they and chop that all in that place there. So don't tell me now. But I just want to tell Liberians, if you clean your ears, you know the people came with fake news, with lies and everything that make you to put them into power. Now they want to continue the same thing. So if you graduate from hearing bad news and say, you know what, my ears is not itching for bad things, my mind is not it's not evil. Then of course they come with their phony propagandas. You guys will not buy into it to go on Facebook to attack them. You just look at them and just flow. Like the other caller was saying, for me, I don't watch Spoon TV, no. Anybody, even they be talking good about Joey, you send that video to me and I see struggle on it, I'm going to delete it from my phone. That the kind of person I am. I tell people, my minds are not evil, so I don't listen to evil things. Thanks for having me.
Okay, thank you.
And Liberian, let's watch. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We leave you from Minnesota. We take this quick break to be right back.
President travels. It doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, here is 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a president travels, it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, here is 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a president travels, it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, here is 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a president travels, It doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, it's 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a president travels, it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, it's 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a
Okay, so welcome back. Elisa, you heard Kula Fofana, right? The presidential press secretary. Yeah, you heard her? Listen to her one more
That's
time.
your best
When
friend.
a president travels,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, it's 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a president travels, it doesn't mean you're going to a place to bring bags of money and say, oh, we're coming back with here is 5 million in this other bag, it's 10 million in this other bag, let's distribute it. That's not how it works. When a
Okay, so you heard her. You heard what Kula
So,
said. Yeah. Quickly before we go talk other issues.
but Kula Fofana, right?
That
How does it work? I'm asking her.
That her name.
How does it work? I think I said something earlier on while I was talking about the issue about George Weah's health and the news that circulated social media just over the weekend. And I talked about this just a little bit. I hinted at this a little bit. This is one of the videos I watched, and it was exactly this part where the presidential press secretary, I'm not talking about an ordinary Liberian who doesn't know or who is yet to know. I'm talking about the presidential press secretary to Joseph Yuma Boakai, Liberia's president. She always, has this regular, I think, updates or however it is called, where she talks to journalists whenever, it is needed. So, I mean, I love strong women. I love women who are daring, especially in this male-dominated society or world. But honestly, the presidential press secretary sounded clueless, very clueless. And I'm not saying this as any disrespect, but if it is taken that way, well, fine. I'm not responsible for how people interpret what I'm saying because I know what I'm saying. I'm saying she sounded clueless because imagine what would have been said in return if this were the case of George Weah. I'm going to do this comparison, and I'm doing this because it is only fair to do so. I remember before, whenever George Weah traveled and he returned to Liberia, in fact, while he was on some of his travels, you have people to say, why would the president continue to travel every day when Liberians back home are suffering? In fact, he has gone to Mary Make. He is not coming back to the country with anything to have Liberians to benefit from his many international trips. A lot of them said it. And that became a repetitive narrative that every time George Weah traveled, people would talk about that he's not bringing anything back to the country. At a point in time, people said he had gone to play football. Already remember that. Countless times people will talk about, he has gone to meet maybe some of his old friends to play soccer because that's what he knows best. That was one of the descriptions of George Weah. And now we have a responsible president who traveled to two countries quite recently. He went to France. After that, he went to the United Arab Emirates, where people were saying, "Oh, the president coming by." The deputy wrote a lot of things, different updates. Oh, HPX, da. And listen to the presidential press secretary tell Liberians that whenever the president travels, he's not coming back with a bag of money to be distributed in this, that. What is that? Are you making fun of Liberians? Okay, let's assume we're not saying you will go to gather huge sum of money to Liberia, but you're coming back with tangibles. I mean, real updates to tell Liberians maybe the relationships or the bilateral relations strengthened between two countries. This is exactly what the president has brought. maybe few months from now or a year from now, there will be a project commissioned. There will be a project initiated. There will be a project that will be handled to have Liberians to benefit. This same presidential press secretary talked about before that, the president will go out to get investment. But of all the things that were posted or shared on the executive mansion page, we didn't see any update. I remember Oliver made me read 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. We read from the executive mansion page just to know what was happening with the president out of this country. And all of the things that I read, because I read those things when my boss told me to, all of the things I read, it was basically about all the and the minister of finance presented challenges in health and this and that. That was basically some of the things, or those were some of the things that were shared on the executive mansion page. And I know Kula is one of the people controlling that page, so she understands it. So you come back to Liberia and you tell Liberians that usually when the president makes travels, it is not about bringing money in back. So what did the president bring now in back? So what did the president go to do? And when did you realize that not every trip made by a president will basically not mean he's going to bring back money? Even though Josh Weah's case is different, because whenever he traveled, he brought some kind of thing back home, whether that was candy or biscuit or just a bottle of water, he brought some kind of thing back home some kind of way. But that was a whole different thing. That was a whole different thing. You said George Weah liked to be all around as an international celebrity. That was his status. He was now going as the president of the Republic of Liberia because he let soft like he let working beneath. So Joseph Boakai travels almost every month. So are you also telling us that the president doesn't travel to make, maybe different interventions as to bringing some of the different investment opportunities to Liberia? He goes to rest because he doesn't want to work. Is that also what you're saying to us? Because tell me why. Like why? And you sounded so clueless. I'm gonna say it. Because Kula should be telling us not the regular briefings she would do to say, oh, the president met this, because we already saw all of those things. I think people want to hear what was not shared. What was not shared, not to go in detail, but just to tell us a little bit. Just a little bit, so that Nana, say, the president can go to bring plenty of money. When did you get to know this? And why are you saying this to us? If you're saying this to Liberians, then I'm sorry. My boss is distracting me. When you're saying this to Liberians, then I'm sorry. Okay? This is not what you should be telling us, ma'am. This is not what you should be telling us. We want to know more about the president's, travels, especially the recent ones and just made. We want to know because people are saying the president goes so money come by in it. So we won't be knowing all the things that happening with our president. That mean our president, we don't want paying him. So we need to know, what did the president bring? Like, what are the different updates? Should we expect something else? Or how was the relations strengthened? We need to know all these things, because you shared that, but you didn't share something that people want to know, because the expectations were very high. Official trip, or the president was honored, that's a normal thing. But to say the president not go to be bringing back our money, so what did the president do bring Oliver? He will not bring back our money to share it. We not say the president can share money. So what did the president go for? Like, how are you saying this to Liberians? The people know when Papa travel, or my Papa goes somewhere, he will bring me candy some kind of way. If he not bring me candy, he will bring me some kind of news that will be far more than a candy some kind of way. Or there's something, maybe a promise that, or I didn't bring you candy. However, we have something that's coming, something huge, good news, for Liberians, for the people of this country, for our country as a whole. That's exactly. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I've never been a presidential press secretary before, but I think when a person sounds a bit clueless, they have to be told. You know plenty in the country. You were educated, maybe you were experienced, you're sophisticated, so you know how to go about, sharing these pieces of information to Liberians. But again, I mean, you said what you said, and someone will say, oh, that's arrogant, but I'm not going to say that. because it seems like you are dismissing Liberians' concerns, you know? Because when a lot of Liberians, when a couple of Liberians, when hundreds or thousands of Liberians are asking, "Oh, Mr. President, you're back in the country. What did you bring?" They're asking because they want to know. They want to know exactly what did the president bring or what has the president brought. They're not asking because they just want you to speak beautiful English or tell them the president did not go, or whenever the president travels, it is not about bringing a bag of money. Just saying that, you shouldn't have said that. Maybe there's some kind of way you're supposed to address it, but I don't know. You didn't have to say that. So on that note, Oliver, I don't know what to say, but I think most of the people are being hypocritical. I would say that every single day because there are people who were always on the back of George Weah, former president of Liberia, that, oh, what a president going to do again? They were always asking when they say, oh, George Weah going, what did he going to do again? So now Joseph Boakai is going. So when he go, he come back again. What did he go for? What did he not bring? Those are regular questions that are always asked. The questions were asked to George Weah. The questions have been asked to President Joseph Yuma Boakai. So it is not a wrong thing when people ask these questions. It is not a wrong thing when people have these concerns. All you need to do, address these concerns when you can. When you cannot, just forget about it. Okay? So I stop right here, Oliver.
Okay, so I'm not gonna.
You got like your best friend. I can't be my sister to get value.
I'm not gonna say way much. We will put the draft budget up for grading. I mean, for prosecution tomorrow. We'll be prosecuting the budget on tomorrow, the draft budget. We don't have the luxury of time to look into it. But I like how woman to woman Alexa was able to deal
Don't do it
with
like that. Now, which one woman to woman?
the press secretary of our country, the president. Is occupying is kind of difficult, especially when you are the press secretary to a president who is not known around the world. I have no apology for what I'm saying. Look, Alexa, if I'm press secretary to any president, that president must be. I can be press secretary to a president who will enter the hall and people will be asking, "Who is that old man? Who is that man?" No, be a press secretary. Look, when Ellen Johnson Sirleaf entered the hall, international journalists will say, "Here comes the first female president of Africa." I mean, here comes this. I mean, there'll be that
Yeah, I always have
that
these
voluntary recognition. The protocol people will not have to go and drop leaflets for the press people or the other protocol people to know who coming. Be a press secretary to such a person. What am I saying? The individual himself or herself will have to open doors ahead of the official conversation. Are you press secretary for somebody who may enter the hall? People asking, "Who is this? Is this the minister from?" No, that the president was like, "Bro, I'm sorry. No, come on, he can't do that." But why was Kula saying that?
You need to ask her.
I understand that the job is difficult, especially when you are the press secretary to a president who is not known. It is no secret that President Boakai will need proper introduction outside there before people will recognize him as Liberia's president. Whether you like it or not are your business. If traveling, we would not consider traveling by our president to be something that will bring dividends, particularly monetary, goods to our country, then it is needless for the president to make those travels. Whenever the president travels, we as a country spend not less than $300,000 to $400,000 on that particular trip. And the way President Boakai traveling with huge delegation, we spend a lot of money on his travel. We got to travel with doctors. We got to travel with all the other people. Then plenty people we got to travel with. For you to come up and tell us as the presidential press secretary that well, the president travel ain't mean gotta come bring millions in bag, 5 million, let 10 million.
Usually they can say you chicken somebody up.
No, when you sound like that, then you are not helping us. If the president know he will not bring rock, let him send Gafwan, let him send Sarah Bezo Yanti to go there. When Sarah traveling, Sarah will not travel with 20 persons. You understand? When Sarah Yanti traveling, she will not travel with private jet.
No.
Sarah Yanti will not travel with 10 EPS security officers and medical doctors on standby. She will not travel with the people. Every single delegation on the presidential trip receive something that we call DSA. Their travel, how do you call this thing? Travel allowance. They receive it, that money. So we can spend 400,000 as well to build one beautiful hospital in Wasonga, Foya district where the president comes from. We're gonna finish spending that money on one trip, then the presidential press secretary come to and tell us,
back of money.
Oh, the president travel, it doesn't mean go for back of money. They're letting sit in one place. Hello? They're letting sit in Monrovia and be blocking our road when he coming. At least that one we can bear it. Oh, but when the president is traveling anywhere these days, they block all the roads.
I know, I experienced that.
They block all the roads. The president be sitting down to a hall in rehab. The road ain't going down black. The president go to Kakata, he'll be to a hall in rehab from Kakata all the way Fender, all the way to Carisbury, black cars on the sidewalk park. Let him be a bit doing it to all. Let him be hitting our heart. Hospital people there in the car won't go for treatment. They're on the sidewalk waiting because the president to your hall, they're pressing your clothes, they're ironing your clothes. While the people on Kakata Highway, their cars parked. We can bear that one. And go travel to 2 countries, beautiful hotels. PB, DSA in the pockets of ministers and other people. Then you come back, and press secretary telling us when the president travels, it doesn't mean XYZ. Just stop it. Stop. It would have been better you didn't even address the press. And that's why I keep telling people, propaganda is not always about responding. Sometimes by being silent, you are being effective as a propagandist. Some things don't talk about it. Leave it. It will die by itself. How you come back? You can tell us, not every time president will travel, then the president will bring money in back. When the president traveling, he spent a lot of money, a lot of our money to travel. So we need dividends. We need something. If he is not that good enough to bring, resources to us as a country, then let him be sending people. It is much easier, less expensive to send people than for he himself to go. Maybe traveling using our money to be traveling around. And you can bring one paper making it, and we go talk about it, and you got issue. And so when the president travel, the probably get 43 years of experience. People know the man, responsible leader. Responsible leader go to UAE, Arab man. Responsible man go to Arab man. That's what Arab man can give.
Arab money can finish.
Arab money can finish.
I know since I was a little.
Responsible man go to Arab people, Arab man. You go to Arab man. You never bring one pepper making it. Could have found for you to kind enter your office, you lock the door, you drink your coffee, and take your salary.
You should have just slept, because you had a long trip.
Yeah, then you come out, you can't tell the president travel. It doesn't mean this and that. Who told you, bro, is interested in deepening ties and strengthening bilateral relations? Who told you? Who told you? Who told you that what we want? In a deepening ties and strengthening bilateral relations, let's say Rob Bezo be traveling around because that's her job to deepen ties. That's her job to strengthen relations. The president gave me the traveling. We expecting something good. All of you are expecting something good because you could not get what you expected. Then you come out, you won't fool up. Let's start wasting the money then. And you want to bring rock, start wasting the money. Let him send people instead of he himself traveling. Look, getting choke y'all. And the only thing you can do is to just flow. There are sometimes you can make promise. Oh, I will do that one for you. I'll do that one for you. When you can make it, just operate. There are 2 more explanations of how I can bring noise.
You will hold it, yeah. What you're not supposed to hold.
There are 2 more explanations of how I can bring confusion. Oh, Fanga, you know what? Leave your boyfriend. I will take care of you. I will buy you phone. I will buy you car. I will do the one. I will do all that one for you. They got leave your boyfriend and do everything. 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, you can do nothing.
Joe,
And you turn around and say, well, you know what? I was supposed to be buying you car, but you know, my business, who else? Shut up.
You didn't tell me there were going to be challenges.
Shut up. The guy already knows that you liar. There is nothing else you would thought that would make sense to her right about that moment. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. So stop it. Stop. We already know the puppet. That's what we keep telling people. Get president who will need no introduction. Our president walking in the hall, people asking who is the old man? Who is the old man coming there? Oh, the real president. Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. For real? That's one of the reasons why he's traveling. He's returning to the country with $0. Huh? You know how much you can take for the president to travel? You're wasting our money on foreign travel, renting private jets. We'll go talk. You can't tell what you will not do in our ear. Kula, as I said, you're my friend from a distance. So I don't want to get high on you. But I must stop playing fun out of the Liberian people. This president didn't promise us that he will. What's that? The president he didn't promise us that he'll be this how you call this thing? He'll be that unattractive. No, with the kind of experience he got, we expected a lot from him. He's gonna be returning to the country like that, and it will take us to tomorrow's budget. Look at the kind of budget you submitted: 1.2 billion. You have budget shortfall the last budget year. You spent outside of the budget, contributed towards budget shortfall. Oh, you go take 200,000 on ArcelorMittal, your one-stop shop, and you think it's going to help you. Tomorrow we'll look at the entire budget. But please, I'm hoping Austin will come tonight, and expand more on this topic and other topics. But it is wrong. It is wrong. It's shameful. It's shameful that the man who we may be more for 2023, president is respected, respectful president, responsible president passing around. You can bring Kenneth. We can bring Kenneth. And we sit down everybody acting like normal. The country is retrogressing. They play Buka Densa went to and brought 10 million. They play responsible man can go and bring 1 million. Okay, 1,000. When I bring 1 million, I bring 1,000. No, let's not be serious.
Wait. What I told you the other day.
You know what? I'm not yelling.
I told you that I was sitting on a leap of faith, and I was expecting that Liberia will have something from the trip. You say he will bring something more than.
I was saying something, and zero. The place Buka Denso go to, retire with a lot. Buka Denso. The place Buka Denso went to and brought 10 million. The place Buka Denso went to and brought Emirate Hospital for the people in Bapolu. The place Buka Denso went to and brought the PHP Park and brought vehicles for the army, the AFL, and all guns and other things. The place he went to and brought the materials to this country. And the place responsible for the 3 years of experience leader go to. And he brought rack. No, he didn't bring rack. He had swinging.
What if they think coming?
What coming?
I don't know.
Nothing. You already have to Kula say when president try me say president bring 10 million. What you say get hope behind there? You say hanging on leap of faith.
I feel if you know, but
the place Buka Denso go to and brought 10 million. The place Buka Denso went to and brought hospital. That the place a responsible, quote unquote responsible elderly for the 3 years of experience man go to. And you asking why it happening? You asking why it happening? They may not know how the public living life of luxury.
Soft life.
The people know that the man is building $10 million home in Foya. And up to now, he hasn't told the people of Liberia where he got the money from. Who's funding the project? He has yet to tell the country where the money come from. You think the people go turn the money there? But with the public to in paying 10 million or in era. He tell the people where they the money from, will gain money, he'll go put the money in another place. Lack of transparency, they don't trust him. Kula, they will not tell you, say they don't trust him, papi. They will not tell you because when they do it, they will sack him. But they don't trust him. Oh. They're saying UAE when you go to Dubai, and this player went and bought two new cars for $1.2 million, bulletproof car. You go UAE, you buy $1.2 million. The king in Dubai, some of the cars where you're not driving, like a car where you go buy in the main country, you bring it. What you in the mail get you? The Americans don't say, oh, but they probably rich. If I be not do a job, we are where you know, we're riding Toyota. If I be riding Lexus, the one where we facing right here in Dubai, like right, man. No, they may rich. Probably go by the rich country. Probably you gotta go on. Probably go rock. We're not get you. Well, we're causing the noise in the country where the probably living in luxury, spending money you're not supposed to be spending as an old president. Luxuriously. And Kula come and tell us, one of you hopeful with President Travel, he may say, President do that.
How you tell that kind of
Buka Denzel go there, brought 10 million in hospital. Responsible leader go there, you can bring 10 million. Okay, let me 10 million. You can bring one. Okay, 1 million plenty. You can bring 500,000. Okay, 500,000 plenty. You can bring 1,000 now. I leave that the king of Dubai say for me. I don't get nothing for you, but holy G carry to the country. 1,000 now, you can bring it. Even $1. The French President Macron, he said, oh man, that $1 you carry back. $1?
Remember, President Macron promised a visit to Liberia. Okay.
When the Christmas we go, we know from the eve.
So maybe he'll bring this stuff.
But at the end of the day, that's the country you guys have. I know you hate us. Some of you to get you chance will not exist. But you're not God. God keeping all of us on this earth. But let me say this to you. You can support President Waka, but be willing to tell him the truth. He is failing. All the things you see happening, these are cosmetic interventions. They are not sustainable. In the end, the country will crumble. Things will get tough. It will get difficult. Look at NTA. NTA brought buses to the country. What they're paying for? They will spend $3+ million to buy all the buses. Ibuka Denso went to India and talked to the Indian people and brought 45 buses plus 5 ambulances and 5 fire trucks to this country at no cost to the Republic of Liberia. Experienced man, we coming credit from our company that are supplying the buses and we pay them back. What a connection? Where's the connection? Where is the connection? What the experience? What a contact? But we'll not say more because the more you talk, the more the government will continue to do her vindictiveness. But we are hoping that one day this government will change for the best. Like Alessa said, on a leave of faith, I don't know what that is, whether it is grounded in surety. But one thing that I know is that the way the guys are proceeding, let's always for the next 4 years. It's going to get rough, it's going to get tough, and it's going to get messy. Until we return here on tomorrow, have yourself a wonderful time. My name is Sky. Alexa will be here tomorrow. Hopefully, God's will. DJ Hero will take over. We'll return on tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful time. God bless you. Bye-bye.